That's it, baby. All right, man. Shalom.
Shalom.
We the real Hebrew Israelites. We come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America and also to prophesy the upcoming kingdom to come, Yasharala. All right, but before we start, we're gonna give all infinite honor, praises and glory to who?
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Barakakadash.
Double honor to the elders and apostles of great millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out here pushing the truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. We almost out of here, man. And you got to look at prophecy. You got to understand prophecy. You got to understand the times that we're living in, okay? Now, Jacob and Esau are two different beings. They're two different entities. One of them has the blessing of spirituality, and the other one has the blessing of what? Carnality. Esau was the king of carnality, and Salakia, and Jacob is the king of spirituality because we put everything on the cross. We nail everything to the cross. We trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We trust in our power. And what does Esau trust in? The gun, the knife, pestilence, governing systems. Okay? And we're gonna open up with the scriptures because I can't articulate the way that the Bible can. Can't come close. None of us could come close. So we translate the Bible. We prophesy through the Bible, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We don't take credit for it. Okay? Let's bring out Romans 13 from the top, Baba Kashah. And we're going into this scripture. And the title of this lesson is It Will Get Physical. I repeat, the title of this lesson is It Will Get Physical.
This is Romans chapter 13 and verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
Now, that's talking to the Israelites. That's talking to the men of the Lord. That's talking to the elect. It says, let every soul be subject to the higher powers. So that's going into be obedient into the government until you can't be obedient into the government, and saying that to say this. All right. Follow the governmental laws, follow the laws of the land until it conflicts with the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because you got to remember, we was put here to serve who? Nebuchadnezzar. We were put here to serve a bid. But our serving of the other nations does not supersede the serving of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Go ahead, brother.
It reads, it says, for there is no power but of Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained of Yahweh.
So everybody that's set above you, everything that's put above you, any of your higher ups, okay, whether it be in a body or whether it be socially, the Lord put these powers above you. He put your natural boss above you at the work site. He put your natural elder above you in this truth. Okay? And when you're dealing with the truth, that's spirituality. All right, you ain't got to question that. But everything outside of this truth, everything that you have to answer to, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, he set that in place so that you can be humble, so that you can be lowly, so that you can understand why you're in the position that you're in. And we understand it, man. Okay? We get it. But at the end of the day, it's a structure. It's an organization. It's a doctrine. It's an order that's put in place above us, the individual. Okay? It's about the collective consciousness of Yasharallah, the elect of Yasharallah. It's not about the individual, man. Cast that individual to the side. You got it up. Got more?
Yeah. This is Romans chapter 13 and verse 2. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resists the ordinance of Yahweh, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
So the ordinance goes back into it's set up through this power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Right? When you realize who Esau is, what he is, and how he operates in the beat system, and the dragon, and you understand all of these things, you have to understand the place that you are socio-economically living through is set up through who? Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Do your thing spiritually, but socially, economically, governmental, and as a slave, do what you're supposed to do. Okay? And right? As long as it doesn't interfere with you into breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because
Well, that's where grace come in. Because we are forced in captivity to break the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You can't work on it. If your job permits you to have it's mandatory that you work on the Shabbat. You have to go work on the Shabbat because you're subject to payment. All right? We are rehearsing the righteous day. So Esau's power over us, and the way he has his system made, you are forced to transgress the law. All right, but that's what makes it so beautiful for that sacrifice our great King gave. Now what can we do? We have grace. All right, but what the brother's going to, we about to get to the time to where you can't, you're not going to be able to keep Esau's commandments. Because guess what? He's going to make this. He's already made the Kabase 19 thing and laid it out for certain places. You couldn't work there. You couldn't be employed there unless you got the jump shot. All right. And next, he's going to make it mandatory for everybody. And he's going to also roll in that Quran and make it mandatory for everybody. So that's when you're a servant of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You're not going to be able to keep that commandment from Nebuchadnezzar at all. Now it's time for JT. Now it's time to go off the grid. All right? Now it's time to practice everything you've been prophesying and applying it to your life, because guess what? You're going to be fully off of Esau's system, fully off the grid, and he's going to have you deemed a domestic terrorist, and public enemy number one. Let's get to it.
This is precept for the brother with the elders brought out 70 subject of payment. This is Baruch 3:8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. All right. So we living out our judgment for our forefathers. All right. We live in captivity under suggestion of the so-called white man, Esau Edom, where thou hast scattered us, all right, through the four winds, all right, for a reproach and a curse, because we broke the law, statutes, commandment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and to be subject to payments. All right, like the brother was bringing out, said, hey, the Lord have mercy on us, because certain brothers have to work on the Shabbat. You see, it says, according to all thy iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord, our power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, so we broke the law, statutes, commandments. So that's why we're in a situation, all right, the captivity.
That's the Lord discipline us. He discipline those he loves. All right, now when you're at the end of that bid, guess what? You start to get from under Nebuchadnezzar. All right, but I'm going to bring out this precept. This is Jeremiah 27:6. And now I have given all these lands in the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. All right, like in that, when you break the scripture down spiritually, all right, that's talking about what's going on in our day and time. These Chaldeans, we're in the land of the modern day Chaldeans, Nebuchadnezzar. All right, we're under these Americans. All right, they are the modern day Chaldeans. Okay, the same, nothing's new under the sun. The things written aforetime was written for our learning. The Lord put us here in America to do what? Serve these Americans. For that's the penalty he gave us for transgression of the law. All right, my servant, and he called Nebuchadnezzar his servant. All right, and why is he his servant? Because he's using him to beat our ass. Okay, and the beasts of the field I have given also to serve him. All nations shall serve him, and his son and his son's son, until the very time of his land come. All right, until the time that I take that dominion from him, that power from him. And we're living in that time right now. All right, because when he say, and then shall what was I? Bear with me. And it shall come to pass that the nation and kingdom that would not serve the Nebuchadnezzar, hold on.
That's what you were.
Huh? That's what I was. All right, would not serve Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, and that would not put their neck under the yoke of the king of Babylon. The nation will I punish, saith Yahweh, with the sword and with the famine and with the pestilence until I have consumed them by the hand. So the Lord has made us serve him. That goes for us and all of the nations under the kingdom of heaven, because if you don't dance to America's beat, what do? They destroy you. All right? But now we're living into the time where this bid is over. He's bringing out, he's gotten to the part of prophecy where we got up to the Quran, Revelation the 13th chapter. All right? Now the Lord is going to give us permission to start bucking. And right now what we're doing, we're bucking through prophesying. All right? But when we start bucking, all right, and bringing out the truth of the scriptures, he's about to come down with great wrath, man. And that's what the brother about to get into.
Right? One of you brothers give me Romans 12 and 19, Baba Kashak.
I already wrong about that. This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Yahweh.
So, man, the men of the Lord started from elder apostles to her on down. We're not trying to uproot this government by carnal means. We're not trying to set them up. We're not trying to put them in a trap. We're not trying to bomb them. We're not trying to shoot them. We're not trying to be terrorists carnally, according to the ways of the world, in direction toward them. We're being spiritual. We're prophesying against them. We're telling you what's to come in the future. We're telling you where they're coming from spiritually. We're telling you where they're going to end up spiritually. But we're also telling you that the things that happen in the spirit have to metamorph into the what? The physical. We're telling you that the laws that they have in place right here, right now, is going to trickle into the physical. We're telling you that right now they're trying to lie on us. They're trying to put us in a corner and put a label on us. But we're telling you it's coming into a time where they're going to put their hands on us. All right? They're going to lock us up. They're going to indict us. They're going to charge us. They're going to convict us. They're going to kill us. They're going to sentence us to life on Patmos. Okay? It's going to transmit from the spiritual to the physical. And that's the thing that's going to ultimately protect us. The spiritual, when it comes into the physical.
I got your precept.
Got it, bro.
It's John 3 and 19. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world.
And light goes into the truth. Light goes into righteousness. Light goes into the Lord.
And men love darkness rather than light.
Because they want to keep their governmental power, their governmental structure, their governmental rules, and they want to keep it going. Like the scripture says about Esau, and what? That's Genesis the 49th chapter. They named their lands after themselves, but they not only their lands, the ways of the world for the most part.
Because their deeds were evil.
Yes.
For everyone that doeth evil hate of the light.
Because the light is going to judge them.
Expose them.
The light is going to, that's right.
Neither come to the light, lest his deeds shall be reproved. All right. And that goes for our people too. All right. Our people don't like to be reproved and told that they're doing wrong. All right. So if they have no part in the truth, because what did our great king say? If you come to me, you have to be as a little child. You got to repent and acknowledge what you've done wrong. All right. And wicked people don't like that. Preferably the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite. But he that doeth truth come to the light, that his deeds may be manifest, that they are wrote in Yahweh. All right. And that's what the elect men are doing. All right. He's coming. We're coming and acknowledging our offenses and begging Yahweh to forgive us. But this devil hates that. So what is he going to do? He's going to attack the light. All right. And he wants what? More control. He wants this word on his dominion. So he's about to bring in more unjust laws, more unlawful decrees, and bring in his technology so he can get more of a foothold on the people of the earth. Because at the end of the day, what he want to be? He wants to be like the Most High. All right, he wants that same power that Yahweh Shem Shai wills, all right, in the kingdom of men. All right, and he can't do that. He can't do that with light bearers out professing the truth. You got it, brother.
140, but it's get Matthew. Can I get Matthew 23 and 29? Baba Kasha. Going into the lesson.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 29. Woe unto you.
And that goes into destruction unto you. And if the Lord is casting destruction unto you, that's because you're doing things and you're teaching things that you ought not to. Read.
And it reads, it says, scribes and Pharisees.
Okay, you other camps, you other trains of thought, you other doctrines. Okay, you niggas. Go ahead.
Hypocrisies, because ye build the tombs of the prophets.
How do you build the tombs of the prophets? You set in place the field for the prophets to get slaughtered in. You set in place the order, and I'm not going to say the ordinance, but you set in place the playing field to be at variance with the prophets. You're teaching things you ought not be, and you're connecting with the world, and you're telling the world that these guys are not who the Lord ordained them to be. Okay? Right. Because let's just talk about the 12. Let's talk about the 12 that followed Yahweh Shai. What happened to them? They were killed. They were slaughtered. They were tortured. And the only reason that they were killed and tortured is because they brought the message that we are bringing out right here, right now. Okay? Go ahead out.
And it says, and garnish the specular of the righteous.
And that goes into the power. You're trying to take the power away from the message that we're bringing out. But guess what? The message that we're bringing out is not Yedaya. All right? It's not Kanaya.
I can read this precept.
Go ahead.
Jumping up to Matthew 23 and 28, it says, what you bringing out, the men teaching, off doctrines and other things, all right? This is Matthew 23 and 28.
And I probably should have started at 28.
Even so, ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men.
You look righteous.
That's what Satan could parade himself as an angel of light. All right. He what did it say? He was a liar from the beginning. He right. He was the serpent was more subtle than all of the beasts of the field. So when you look up that serpent, it goes into the word magician. All right. What does a magician do? It play tricks on your mind. All right. He hits you with misdirection. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this devil does. He comes humbling, crouching, as if he's humble and contrite, but behind in his mind, he wishes to throw you in a ditch.
Evil is in his heart.
Yeah.
This is, and it reads, it says, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity.
Because you're a liar. You're doing things according to your own belly. You're casting out laws so that your kingdom can keep on going, and so that you can name lands after yourself and be justified in it. But at the end of the day, we're coming into a time of what? Threshing. We're coming into a time of reaping. And I love this word. We're coming into a time of judgment. And you can't get around it, Esau. You've had your fun. You've had your time under the sun. You've had your time to mislead the nation. Well, now it's time for you to be judged. It's time for you to drink of the cup that you made everybody else drink of. Man.
Matthew chapter 23 and verse 30. And say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets.
So if you would have held on to the things of old, you wouldn't have jumped into the bandwagon and attacked the men of the Lord. You wouldn't have jumped into the bandwagon and called the men of the Lord's teaching, the apostles' doctrines, heresy. You wouldn't call it lies. All right? But you're all about a bag. You're all about comfort. You're all about this world because you can't see past this world. Go ahead.
Verse verse 31, it reads, wherefore ye be witness unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets.
And when you understand reincarnation, the children of the prophet killers are the fathers of the prophet killers. Okay? Because we come back every 3 to 4 generations.
And everybody comes back in their life.
And everybody comes back in their life. We're going to definitely get a pre. Matter of fact, let's get that right quick. Give me Daniel 12 and go to the last verse of 12.
I got a precept.
You got it, Elder.
All right, this is Matthew 23 and 33. Ye serpents, you generation of vipers, how can you escape the damnation of hell? Now look, he's talking to Israelites, all right? And he said, you generation of vipers. Guess what? Those generation of vipers that he was talking to back then, they're here right now doing the same thing that they were doing back then. Okay? They're here to get their final judgment. All right? So let's see what they did in ancient time past in the next verse. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them you shall kill and crucify. All right? And that happened in when you understand the history of the early church in the book of Acts. A lot of those holy, blessed men got killed. All right? Paul got killed. Peter got killed. All right? All of the guys, Timothy even got killed. A lot of those guys you read about in history, even in the scripture, I don't quote me on it, but I think Apollos got killed too. Barnabas definitely got killed.
I think everybody except for John when it comes to
the disciples, yeah. All right. So that was fulfilled. But guess what? Those people that killed them back then, all right, before they got to the early church, they were killing the prophets in what we know as the Old Testament during the time of Elijah. He said they killed all the prophets. All right. The people that killed all the prophets was under that spell of Jezebel. When you go to Revelation, the 2nd chapter, what did our great king say? He said he's going to put her in fire. He's going to deal with her for deceiving his people. Guess what? That spirit that was in Jezebel is still here right now. All right? And they're going to do what they did in the ancient times in these modern times. But the Lord is going to deliver a lot of brothers, but some brothers are going to get killed because it just said it right here. And some of them you shall kill and crucify, and some of you shall scourge in your synagogue and persecute from city to city. And that's what does the scripture say? We're going to be what? Like pilgrims. What's the word we use? We're gonna be as
I know what you're talking about.
What's the word, man? We're gonna be not pilgrims. Damn, y'all supposed to help me on that one.
Like fugitives.
We're gonna be fugitives, but we're going to first place. It's a common thing what we say on according to the scripture. We should be as it's I don't know. I hate when that happens. Okay, but we are gonna be going to city. We are gonna be going to and fro. Okay, that upon you may call all the righteous blood and shed upon the earth from the blood of righteous Abel. See, that spirit was there from the beginning, killing righteous men, until the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachias, whom you slew between the temple and the altar. Okay, verily, I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem, now that killeth the prophets, and stonest them which are sent to thee. How often have I gathered thy children, even as a hen that gathered the chicks under their wings, and you would not? All right, those same people that would not, those same people that killed the prophets, they about to get up and close and personal with the prophets in this day and time, because what does Matthew 24 and 21? It says it's going to be the worst persecution to come down on the nation of Israel since we've been a nation. Right. So it's going to be worse than the prophets of old that got killed. It's going to be worse than what happened in the early church. And what's going to make it worse is because of technology, and because back then people still had a form of integrity. They just hated the truth. Everybody lawless in this motherfucker. Nobody have integrity. All right. Here, anybody will do anything for $1. So if you put out a bounty in a place where famine is taking over, and you have a chance to get something to eat, if you turn these men in, All right, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna be just as bloodthirsty as the Edomites coming after us, man.
Right?
And that
Or
word
more.
you were looking for was an enemy of the state.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Baba Kashai, give me Matthew 23 and 29, going into what the elder just led us into, man. Okay? As far as the topic goes. Because these are times we're coming into. We are spiritual men. The Lord tells us to hold off. Don't recompense yourself. Don't revenge yourself. Let me lead you. All right? And when you get to the point that you feel like you can't take no more, take more. I am going to deliver you. But when that time comes to where he has to intervene, he's going to make that call. He's going to do these things. He doesn't want us to get carnal. He doesn't want us to get physical, because if that was the war, we would have been under this devil, because he can't beat us that way. He's weaker than us. But we are spiritual beings, and we have to go through spiritual things, okay? And we have to allow these things to happen until the Lord says otherwise. Go ahead, out.
When we started at
23 and 29?
we already read through that.
Y'all read 29?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We had 34.
Okay.
We can start at 32.
No, go to 34. Go to 34 then.
This is Matthew chapter 23 and verse 34. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men.
Why do they call us wise men? Because we know the truth. We know order. We know the law. First and foremost, the law.
What day is you just brought out?
That Matthew that we was in.
23?
Yeah, I just all that.
Come on. Okay, so we understand the law, okay? And going back to say, we understand the things that's happening, and we understand the things that's going to happen. So when you understand that you're going into a dark day, you should be prepared for that, right? And how do you prepare for it? By being obedient unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay? And the key word is obedience, man. Obedience. All right, go to Matthew 10 and 17. Because this spirituality that we're bringing out, these teachings that we're bringing out, their spirit is teaching you how to live and how not to live, and who to trust and who not to trust. And when we're telling you don't trust Esau Edom, he's taking it personal, because he's like, this is my world. I set this place up for people to trust me, for people to follow my lead. And you're telling them the complete opposite. Something has to happen. And when that something happens, it's going to what? Trickle into the physical. And we're going to need spiritual power and spiritual help to get us out of this thing. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Verse 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake.
So you're going to be indicted. You're going to have charges laid against you. You're going to be lied upon. You're going to have people to use your likeness and your voice, and they're going to put you into situations that you can't get out of, because they're going to have video proof, audio proof. What they call that thing, man? That technology that they have, where they can make a person look like you and sound like you, but it's not really you. Damn, what's the name of that shit? I hate when that fucking happened. Yeah. It's called I forgot. I hate that. I hate that on camera. But that program that they have, where they can make it seem like you, and it has your likeness, and it has your voice, and it can be used against you. All right, it's going to be used against you. All right, on a governmental, on a national, on a state level, you're going to be called what? The governmental enemy number one. You're going to be called the number one enemy of the state, because you're doing what? Something as simple as bringing out the truth. Give me Isaiah 47 from the top. Baba Kashai.
It's Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground there is no throne or daughter of the Chaldeans.
Because the power is being taken away from you, Americans. The Americans are ruling the earth, but the power is being taken away from them, and not just politically.
You Edomites.
You Edomites, that's right. Because the different governing bodies of the world are Edomites. Even when they make it seem like they're going, well, they are going against each other. But the different governing bodies of the world are fucking Edomites. Americans, Edomites. Russians, Edomites. The French, Edomites. Spaniards, Edomites. The so-called Jews. The chief house of what? Esau, Edom. They're Edomites, man. Okay? And you're being stripped naked. And going stripped naked means your secrets are being exposed. Your lies are being exposed. The ways that you keep yourself in power artificially are what? Being exposed, man. Bring that scripture out, man.
And it reads, finish it off. It says, "For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate."
Hey, and I thought about it. That thing that I'm talking about, that governmental computer programming issue, where they can look like you and sound like you, it's called deep fakes.
Yeah.
Deep fakes. So they'll have deep fakes of the apostles, deep fakes of the elders, deep fakes of the men of the Lord doing off-ass shit, saying off-ass shit, okay? Doing things that that's persecutable within this kingdom that we're living in. And they're lying. And they go back to what? Like the brother always say, it goes back to being a sorcerer, being a witchcraft, man. Being going into witchcraft, man.
Yeah, deep face is witchcraft, sorcery. That's the epitome of it, man. That's the epitome of it. I'm gonna tell you what else on not to get off topic. All that liposuction and plastic surgery and shit,
BBL,
putting all that makeup on, and if you look at the woman in a natural state, she looks nothing like that. That's sorcery. That's witchcraft, man. And that's how people learning from their father the devil. You got it, brother. Oh. But he uses most of that witchcraft to deceive the minds of the Israelites, to keep them at enmity with Yahweh by Shimei Shai, man. And now as he getting exposed, and since he's getting exposed, he's gonna come down on great wrath with the ones that are exposing him. All right? And he's gonna come back with his ears panned back and his iron teeth forward to take us out, try to chase us off the earth, man. You got it, brother. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 2. "Take the millstone and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the lead. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers."
Now give me Matthew 10 and 18. And that's going into exposing governmental structures, exposing the religious system, exposing the financial system.
Lies about history.
Exposing history, exposing who you are, exposing who they are, exposing what we're going into, exposing into their upcoming plans, because we're spoiling them. The M to the O to the T to the B. We're telling you what it is before it's even implemented. Exposing prophecy, like going into what the brothers was going into yesterday in Ezekiel 38 chapter, exposing who's going to be coming out of the EU.
Not exposing, bringing out prophecy.
Bringing
when you bring out prophecy, you're exposing that devil. You got it.
That's right. Okay. And you can't get around these things because we don't have the power to be able to do these things on our own accord. We're working through the power. We're working through the power of Yahweh by Shemi Shai. He gave us the scriptures. He gave us the teachers, and we had to trust in these teachers to bring out the things that we're bringing into. So it goes back to faith. But in faith, we know that it's the truth. Okay. These different companies, these different countries, and their companies, Germany, they're gonna break away from America, man. All right.
Gonna break away from the EU.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead, brother.
This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 18. "And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles."
So you're gonna be indicted. You're gonna be brought forth, and they're gonna tell you to give your account of what you believe, and you're gonna bring out the truth. You're going to bring out Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You're going to preach and teach Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai at your own detriment. You're going to be threatened with death. You're going to be threatened with torture. You're going to be threatened with your families being put to death. And guess what you're going to keep on doing? Prophet, you're going to keep on teaching. Bring it out. Huh?
Verse 20, and it reads, "For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you."
And why did,
Well, when it gets to that time, prophets will probably be off grid. You see what I'm saying? But you know, for the brothers that they catch, because brothers are gonna end up in concentration camps. If that's your lot, whatever lot the Lord has given to us, when they catch you and have you in their hands, what they're gonna do is try to get you to renounce your house shot and take that and take Satan's serum and his technology and put it in your body
on his stage.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna try to do. And you're gonna and the men of the Lord, the elect men is gonna stand boldly and tell me, do me your fucking worst.
On his stage.
On his stage.
Before the world.
Just like it's no different. That's the same thing that happened with the Maccabees. Those brothers in the book of Maccabees. They just wanted them to eat some swine. All right. So metaphorically, use that swine as political tools. No, as the Quran.
Yeah.
All right. No, they wanted the brother what was
old man?
What was Maccabee's daddy name? Matthias. All right. They wanted him to eat.
They wanted him to even feed it. They wanted him to fake it.
Yeah, let me make my point. They wanted him to eat swine in front of everybody so everybody else can do it. All right, and be like, well, if your leader doing it, all right, you should do it. All right. And what did he do? He kept his integrity. He held fast. All right, that's the same thing they're gonna do to brothers that they catch. They're gonna try to get you to put that get that Quran and renounce your Hawashai. And that's why it's written in Revelation, the 2nd chapter. It say, "Be ye found faithful unto death." Now, when you come to this faith, you got to count the cost. This comes with the territory. All right. When the servant is not above his master. If they put the patriarchs of the early church to death, well, who do you think you are? All right. So you know it doesn't necessarily, and it's written in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, that everyone's not going to touch death. But we don't know who we are. We don't know our lacks. So we are preparing for the worst. That's why you got to get built up on your most holy faith. Because guess what? They can put hands on you if that's the lot that Yahweh Shema Shai has for you. All right? It's easy to come out here and prophesy, you know, but when you put in a game, it's going to be different. All right? We will have casualties. It's written that we will have casualties. They say the souls will be under the altar saying, "How long, Lord?" Bring it out, brother.
Hey, the Apostle Tahar brought out a video today that said that, you know, going into the souls that were beheaded for this truth, man. So this is all prophecy that we're bringing out. This is not Yediah. This is not Kanaya. All right? This is not Elder Yaquar. This is not the brothers behind the camera. This is prophecy. All right? And we're getting this from our teachers, man. He brought that out earlier today. And these things are going to come to pass, whether you agree or not. And time is going to prove who the correct teacher is. Give me you got that second under?
Yeah.
Bring it out, bro.
2 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 7. For there shall be in every place.
All four corners of the world. You can't get around it. Okay? Because it goes back to Revelation, the 18th chapter. All right? When it's talking about Esau, he has made all the nations drunken off of his wine. And that goes back into his educational system, his political system, and the ways of the world. Go ahead, brother.
And in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
And that's what it's going into when it says this is going to get physical. You think they're going to just vote against the men of the Lord?
And for those that don't take heed to what the men of the Lord are bringing forth, you're done. All right? If men of the Lord have to give up the ghost for the testimony of Hamashiach Yahushua, how much more you that reject Hamashiach Yahushua? The Most High is going to turn you over to this devil and let him have a field day on your ass. I got a precept. This is what happened when we came out of Egypt the first time. All right, we had the whole Egyptian army after us. All right, and the Lord delivered us. Right. All right, so He's going to do the same thing in spiritual Egypt over here in America. So this is what we're supposed to be doing right now. All right? This Exodus 12 and 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goat, and you shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Now, this lamb represents Yahushua. All right? The law and the law that we kept, the sacrificial part was a shadow of what was to come for our great king. In fact, give me John 1 and 29. Okay. Let John 1 and 29.
This is John chapter 1 and verse 49.
29.
Salakia, 29. The next day John seeth Yahushua coming unto him, and saith, Behold, the Lamb of Yahweh Yahushua, which taketh away the sin of the world. This is he of whom I said.
All right. So our great king was that ultimate sacrifice. All right. When we read this over in Exodus, and the Lord told us to sacrifice a lamb without blemish. All right, a lamb without blemish. This was a precursor to what was to come. All right, but let's see what he told us to do with the blood. All right, and they shall eat the flesh in that night, roasted with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat it not raw, nor sodden it at all with the water, but roast with fire, his head and his legs with the purchase thereof. Give me John 1 and 14.
This is John 1 and 14. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us.
All right. The word is who? Yahushua, his flesh. Now the Lord told us to eat it over here. All right. How do we eat Yahushua? He's the word. All right. He's the word. Okay. And let's see what happened when they ate it and what they did with the blood. All right. If the word was made flesh, he was sacrificed. And what are we to do? We're to eat it. The law was a precursor of what was to come. All right. The law was physical. All right. Of works. This is spiritual. All right. We're not literally eating our king. All right. He's the word that was sacrificed to us, and we're eating his words. Okay. And you shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. Until the morning. Give me Matthew 4 and 4. He said you should let none of it remain until the morning. So when you do that Passover lamb, you got to eat all of it. Bring it out.
Matthew 4 and 4. But he answered and said, It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh Yahushua.
Is every adjective? No, that's not explained. So what is every? A preposition? I don't know. I ain't been but what is every?
Is actually a preceding a singular noun. It precedes a noun. Used to refer to all the individual members of a set without exception.
Yeah, because every is talking about people. So is it a pronoun? Yeah, every is talking about people. But look, to not deviate from the topic, it say every person. I mean, you're supposed to eat every word, just like you were supposed to eat all of the Passover lamb. Okay? Now, this is what happens to people that eat every word of Yahweh Shai and live according to it. Just like what happened to the person that ate all of the Passover lamb and followed the instructions. Let's see what happened to them. And that which remained of it until the morning, you shall burn with fire. Whatever you didn't eat, you burned it with fire. And thus you shall eat it with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. That's what we at right now. You better be getting ready for shit to hit the fucking fan. You're supposed to be preparing yourself.
Pick your side.
All right? You're supposed to be going full throttle in this thing, ours. With your boots should be on and ready to get off the fucking grid because it's about to hit the fan. All right? Yeah. And it's written, for I will pass through. Wait, hold up. Your shoes on your feet and your staff in your hand, and you shall eat in haste. All right? It is the Lord's Passover. All right? That angel of death that came over Egypt, ancient Egypt, guess what that motherfucker about to do? That bitch about to come over modern day Egypt. Okay? And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. Give me Ezekiel 9 and you know what I want. The exempt from judgment.
9 and 4.
9 and 4. Give me that. So whoever get it first, y'all don't have to race. Come on, man. Come on, we gotta be more thorough than this. I
know I was already.
Why you didn't get it, brother?
I
All right, but no, if he taking too long, you get it. Come on, we live.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
All right, that mark represents this Passover lamb. All right, that mark is the doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Okay, go to the part where, just go straight to the part where it says, come up not upon them with the mark.
And it says,
read the verse.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9. And it reads, it says,
what verse?
In Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 8, and it come to pass while they were slain them, and I was left.
No, that's not it. The verse where it say it might be 6. I got you.
I know what he want. He want a classic. Slay. This is Ezekiel 9 and 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
All right, that's the same thing the Passover did. All right, those are angels of death. Go up to verse 1 so you can see who he's talking to. Those are angels of death that he's talking to. He's talking to his henchmen. Bring it out.
Ezekiel 9 and 1. He cried also in mine ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city.
All right, the ones that had cause over the city are his archangels, his angels that are blowing these trumpets. All right, that's bringing in nothing but death and destruction. That's who he's talking to. Bring it out.
Even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand.
Now we're gonna see how many of them it is. Every angel with his weapon in his hand. Every trumpet representing what? A different calamity that came on the planet Earth. Bring it out.
And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate.
All right, 6 trumpets. 6 trumpets blown is destruction. Hey, I get Job 5. Start at 20. Start at 19.
Job 5, verse 19. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles.
In 6 troubles. You see what I'm saying? He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. How many angels you have right there?
6 men. 6
of them. All right, those are 6 archangels, the same ones you read about in Revelation 16 and 17 with the vials. Okay, what are they bringing forth? He said he's going to deliver thee in 6 troubles. All right, so the people that had the blood on their land, on their doorposts in the ancient world, they were delivered from these same angels. They coming back doing the same work. What did they do? They killed all the firstborns in the ancient world, right? This time, they're going to come kill everybody. Fuck the first one. They're going to kill the first, second, third, anybody who's not connected to a prophet and a prophet that don't have a mark. Meaning an Israelite that don't have a mark. He's going to kill. They're going to kill everybody this time. All right? And what he say? Bring it out.
And it says, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
All right, and the 7th trumpet is where we're going to get delivered. All right? Bring it out.
All right.
No, you finish bringing out Ezekiel with the angels. Because all of them had destroying weapons in their hand. You read that part?
That was me.
All right, yeah.
And every man a slaughter weapon in his hand.
All right, every angel had a slaughter weapon. He brought a sword judgment on the planet Earth. Okay? And then what did the Lord tell him when you read further down? But come up not the men that have the mark. So give me
Revelation 7.
No. You give me, this is what the mark is. Give me 1 Timothy 4 and 16. Kanai.
Con.
Real fast. Baba Kashai.
It's 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
All right, you're gonna be saved for all these angels coming in to kill everybody. All right, the so-called white man, when he come in like a great red dragon, taking our people down. All right, like he come in the flood. The men that take hold to this doctrine, that's the blood on the doorpost represents. All right, the men that ate Yahweh body and drank his blood, his word. All right. Those are the ones who are going to get exempt from this judgment. Give me that in Revelation 14. You know what I want.
I got it.
I want that definition of every is hand in hand with what you're saying.
Bring it
That's
up.
what I was holding. I will
Bring it out, brother. You got it.
It's every. It's a preceding a singular noun used to refer to all the individual members of a set without exemption.
Calm. And that's what the Lord says. Eat every one of his words. All right. He said, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeded out the mouth of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's why it's written, don't be ignorant of nothing great or small. Study to show thyself approved. All right. You have an unction from Yahweh Shem Shai. You know all things. You got to read this word from Genesis to Revelation, man. And you got to be able to rightly divide it. All right. Bring it out.
You want from the top?
What that is, 14. No, get the point. Where only them can learn this song.
Okay, I go.
That's the doctrine.
I got you. All right, and this is Revelation 14:3, and the only reason I'm starting at 3 because it brings you into it. And they sung it as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders.
All right, talking about the 144,000. I should have made you go up a little higher. Do it for edification sake. All right,
well, I'm gonna start at the top for edification sake.
Yeah.
And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion.
All right, that's the same lamb we read about John 1:29. That's the same lamb we're reading about over here in Exodus the 12th chapter. All right, that we got to put the blood on the doorpost so we can be exempt from judgment. All right, you say the word became flesh. Who is that flesh? The lamb of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. The lamb of Yahweh, his son Yahweh Shai, the captain of our salvation. All right, when all these parables we talking about come, he's our only hope. Us supping with him, praying to him, all right, fasting to him, and reading his word and studying his word, man. Bring it out.
And with him 144,000.
144,000 men are going to get it perfect. They're going to get it right. All right? And them and those that are connected to them, their households, all right? The Lord, if he sees fit, he's going to have mercy on them. Bring it out.
Having his father's name written in their foreheads.
All right, and that name goes into this doctrine, man. And it's written in their foreheads, all right? The doorpost. Your foreheads is the doorpost of your mind, man. It's your doorpost, metaphorically speaking. That's what that blood should be. That's what his word should be. All right? And that's how you're going to get protected from this. All right? Don't fret because of the workers of iniquity. All right? Because they should shrivel up like a Green Bay fucking tree, man. All right? But when he comes, hey, we're not going to be over righteous. We in this flesh. And you see MRAPs and tanks coming after you because it's coming. It's coming. You can feel it in the air. It's about to happen. Right now, you're supposed to be putting this blood on your doorpost. That's it. Let me finish this off. All right? Verse 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are. And where I see the blood, I will pass over you. That means I'm not going to let you get killed. I'm going to protect you. All right? Now, it's always got ignorant Israelites. Y'all know on that night, you had an ignorant Israelite that didn't put his blood on the doorpost. You see what I'm saying? And that's 2/3 of our people. Okay?
A slothful Israelite.
Oh, a slothful Israelite. You're right, brother. Okay? And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this is modern day Egypt. All right? What did Revelation 11, 8 chapter say? The place is called Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritually called Sodom and Gomorrah in Egypt. All right? This is the jailhouse, the iron furnace, where the nation of Israel have been dealt with treacherously. All right? And he's given his servants, the prophets, his secrets to tell them what does it take for when I bring this destruction on this place and let the angel of death wreak havoc on it, where you may be delivered. Give me Psalms 57:1.
This is Psalm chapter
Because it's
57.
crucial time. Right now, you're supposed to be putting the blood on your doorpost right now. During this grace period, it seemed calm, but it ain't calm. You can feel it in the air. The Lord is increasing brothers that's suffering for him, seeking him. He's having mercy on brothers. He's giving out mercy like a motherfucker right now, man. You know, excuse my language. The Lord is being merciful right now. All right, he's sifting, but he's showing tons of mercy. You got to take advantage of it because he's giving it. All right,
many works.
And he's putting the spirit on brothers to fast more, purge more. You know what I'm saying?
Get together more.
Get together more, being more diligent. All right, you need to be doing that now. Because when shit hit the fan, man, the only thing gonna stabilize you is the work you're putting in now.
Before you put it in what?
Yeah, come on. Bring it out, brother.
This is Psalm chapter 51 and verse 1.
57:1, brother.
Oh, it's like it. You said 51.
I know what I said. Cameron's my witness. Bring it out, all right?
This is Psalm chapter 57 and 1. The chief musician,
Alkalish. I have a problem. That's one of my favorite scriptures, but I gotta find them. There's no excuse for me not to have a proper
Aftershift?
Aftershift, Mechtam of David, when he fled from Saul in the cave.
All right, that was an insurrection. All right. Then y'all bring out that second Ezra 16 chapter. Shall be an insurrection on them and fear the Lord. King David feared the Lord, and there was an insurrection on him, right? And guess what else? Everybody that was connected to him, because he had 600 men that were connected to him. So it was an insurrection on them too, for being connected to King David. Okay? And that's what our great king told us. He said, you are not above me. If they hated me, they're going to hate you. All right? Bring it out.
And it says, be merciful unto me.
Be merciful. That's what you're supposed to be doing right now. Begging for. If you know the hell coming, you know this overcoming scourge is coming. What are you supposed? The way you prepare is the Lord. Don't let it come to me in my house, in my occupant. That's what you're supposed to be doing daily. Lord, please don't take your Holy Spirit away from me. This is what you're supposed to be doing daily. Because hey, bro, it's about to hit. Give me Matthew 24 and 21. It's about to hit hard. And the Most High uses his prophets to bring that depiction to you so you can see it clearly. Because people don't know how bad it's going to get. It's about to be. I was looking at the video from the beloved Elder Malaka Zabar. But that spirit, the sit down he did, I think it was today. He was correcting somebody on the comment board, but fuck that.
I saw that when I was
the edification he put out. Yeah. It put you ready for what's to come. It put you in the spirit on for what's about to go down.
A solemn spirit.
Yeah, man. You got to be purging yourself right now, man. All right. This devil is about to manipulate. All right, like the brother brought out how he's maliciously and strategically doing away with these food processing plants so he can manipulate the people and starve the people out so he could control the people, man. All right? So, hey, I'm going to tell you. I fasted. Before I started fasting, I never knew what a hunger day is, as you can see. But when all of my life, I never knew what it was like to be hungry. The days of my life. All right. But when I came to the faith, I started fasting. Hey, bro, hunger hurts. Hunger pains hurt, bro.
What Remy said?
It hurts. Hunger pain hurts. So when this devil start holding back the food and you start feeling those hunger pains, all right, and even though when we fast, we fast for a certain amount of time. You're gonna make it back to your sustenance. All right. But just imagine you have no sustenance to go to, and it's just getting harder and harder, shrewder and shrewder on your ass. All right. A person that has that meat, he can make you do some strange for some change. He's going to do it, and he can get control of you. Okay. You gotta be built up where you can keep your shit. Fuck you. My Lord got me. All right? And that takes faith. Let me finish that and you got the precept. Keep reading.
I got the precept.
I had somebody else reading the precept. Yeah, read it.
This is Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time.
Is that in red?
It's in red.
That's our
brother.
beloved King talking. He's telling us the persecution that's about to come on you, men of the Lord, that's out here on the highways, pushing His truth through the four winds and teaching sound doctrine. Is the persecution is going to come worse than when the Babylonians came on us, worse when the Assyrians came on us, worse when the Egyptians was lording over us. What we went through chattel slavery is going to be worse than us.
Hey, and it says, nor ever shall be.
Hey, because this is it. All right. And in the movie, the best part of a movie is usually when at the end of a movie. What do they call it?
The crescendo.
And there's something else they call it, the eclipse,
Eclipse. I mean,
nah,
I know what you're talking
Climax.
about.
the climax.
Mhm.
The climax of the movie. You see, it normally comes towards the
And
end
so
of
like, a crescendo is the climax of a musical piece. So
Yeah.
you know, in the
Yeah.
middle with music,
Yeah.
it's definitely the climax. You're right, brother.
Yeah, a climax. So at the climax in this movie, because we all living out a script according to prophecy.
Yeah.
All right, we that's it. Everybody's playing their role. But at the climax, towards the end of it, the movie get good. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of Predator,
Yeah.
when him and what that sodomite is, the black one, part 2, him and Danny Glover was going at it. Them niggas was going at it, bro. And that was towards the end of the movie. That's how all movies are. So the end of the movie, the Lord say, is gonna be all these things you read throughout history, the persecution of the Maccabees, all of the persecution of the prophets, the stuff you read in secular history. It's not going to have nothing to go on that's about to go on in these modern times. And you know why it's going to be so hard in these modern times? Because of technology. Drones, robots, cloaking devices, the pestilence, genetically engineered fucking mosquitoes. You know what I'm saying? Just all of this technology he's going to use to do what? Kill the earth. What did Esau say he want to do at the Georgia Guidestones? Bring all of humanity down
to less than 7 figures.
All right, and Yahweh prophecy wasn't even gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? This nigga trying to prophecy wasn't gonna bring down humanity down to 500 million, man. When the Lord get through killing a third of man, it's still gonna have billions of people left. You see what I'm saying? This devil is diabolical, man.
Like that's not enough.
This devil is diabolical. He's the harbinger of death.
I got a piece up behind you.
Okay? And that's our arch nemesis. And he's coming exclusively for the men teaching his doctrine. Exclusively, because he ain't worried about no NBA young boy followers. He ain't worried about no Christian followers. He don't worry about nobody that's in the politics. The people he's worried about are the ones that's teaching his doctrine of life. All right? And those are the ones he wants that insurrection on.
Right.
That's why we got to put this blood on our doorposts of our minds, have this doctrine of life in us, and get built up on your most holy faith. Pray more, fast more, purge more, offend less. All right? Be serious about this thing. Because we're about to see death like we've never seen it before. And we've seen niggas get their melon smashed. You know, we done walked up on dead bodies and seen niggas full of holes and shit.
Yeah.
And you went and ate the next day. Now this shit gonna have, he said even my elect gonna be shook up. You know? It's gonna be real out here, man.
White dogs not down.
He say the men of Egypt shall be as women.
And that's talking about the tough guys.
The tough guys, yeah. The warlord. You got it, brother.
All right, and this backing up the other one, he said, when he brought out a movie, and that's one thing about teachers, we have to bring up things that can be relatable to the student. He said, you brought up that movie Predator, right?
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of that movie, at the beginning of that of Lawrence Fishburne's character.
That's not Lawrence Fishburne, that's
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
Okay. Well, I was talking about Predators. When Lawrence Fishburne was one of the guys that was dropped off.
Oh yeah, he was a dirtbag.
But it's still going to what we're going into.
Yeah,
because in the beginning you wouldn't know he was a piece of shit. You wouldn't know he was a dirtbag. He came as a child of the what? light.
Mhm.
But in the end, you realize who he is. Okay? And hey, bro, and that's the spirit, because what you talking about, hey, it go back to the same thing, man. At the end, you're gonna know who's who. Watch this, and you can break it down. Paul, this is second
You got
Ezra.
it, bro.
I got you. 16 and 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. So the Lord is going to bring times upon us to where we're going to know who's righteous, who's unrighteous, who's out for their own belly, and who's out for the greater good of Yasharallah. Okay? And it's different camps, it's different doctrines, and it's different teachings that go contrary to what the true men of the Lord are bringing out. But in the end, the Lord is going to let the whole world know, not just his prophets. He's going to let the whole world know who's right and who's wrong through what? Persecution, man. And we're coming into persecutory times. And persecutory times is going to go from spiritual men being spiritual until the guys that we're telling you are carnal are going to show that carnality, and our spirituality is going to show that we're protected from the carnality, because we're going to be supernatural to the what? The natural, which is what? Carnality. The Lord is doing a great work in the times that we're living upon. And if you're listening and you're really true to the things that's going out, you'll be able to see, man, when these things come to pass. And we're the proprietor of these things come to pass, because that's what the men of the Lord do. Before, okay? He doesn't want you trying to climb through that window after that window is closed. You understand? He doesn't want you to come join the Golden State Warriors after they become champions. Get it while it's hot. Get it while it's coming out, okay? Because the Lord doesn't want no bandwagoners coming into the kingdom. It's not happening, man.
You got to deal with him in sincerity and truth, man.
That's right.
Blessed are those who have believed and haven't seen. You got to be of the household of faith, man. All right? Like that's his prescribed order.
I got some more. All right. Now, saying that to say this, we're spiritual men. We push spirituality. We push don't take up for yourself. We push let the Lord fight your battles. We're coming into a time where these devils are going to get super physical, and they're going to kill. They're going to offer up. They're going to destroy. They're going to give incentives into the world to make the world turn on you, attack you, persecute you, and kill you. All right. And what's going to happen on the flip side of that coin? Like a beloved brother always says, and I love his saying, no matter how thin that bread is sliced, okay, it's two sides to it. The Lord is going to protect his servants. This is Zechariah 12:8. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as Yahweh, as the angel of the Lord before them. So we're going to get spiritual powers.
Oh, Salaki, all right?
After
Yeah,
you
I forgot.
After you done, I got
Going to the same thing?
you.
Okay, come, beautiful. All right, so we're going to need spiritual powers to protect ourselves from the king of carnal, which is Esau Edom. Bring it out, brother.
All right, this Romans chapter 8, I'm going to start at verse 34. It says, who is he that commendeth? It is Hamashiach that died, yea, rather that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of Yahweh, who also maketh intercession for us. Verse 35, it says, who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? Verse 36, it says,
And look, you ain't got to read that. We can go in on those things. So when the whole world comes against you, when it seems like it's the world against the prophet, understand that the prophets have backup. The prophets have Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The prophets have spirituality to fall upon. The prophets are going to be fed. They're going to be given drink, and they're also going to be given defensive measures against left-handed supernatural offenses coming against us, man. We're going to be defended in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because we're going to do his word, his bidding, okay? And at the end of the day, the Lord is going to supersede everything that he created because everything was created for him and by him.
Can I make this point?
Got
Verse
it, bro.
36, it says, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. So we already mentally right now preparing ourselves for what's to come. We already dead because we done put ourselves in these situations. We're getting built up right now to be prepared for the times to come. So tribulation, distress, persecution, the sword, none of that is going to take us away from Hamashiach because we're mentally preparing ourselves now. That's why the elder would say you got to be built up in the most holy faith right now.
That's what the Lord said.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm just reciting His word, bro. Yeah.
And in that scripture where it says we are killed all day long, because we also have to understand the food that we eat, all right? And, you know, it's a lot of different things that we're going through in this path, all right? You know, that the Lord have a mercy on us, okay? Because
when they say that prophets are killed all the day long, that's going strictly into persecution. Because the whole world is exposed, you know what I mean, to the poisonous food. The prophets are killed all day long purposely. Matter of fact, you know what they're going to do in our times? They are going to go out of their way and write up laws and statutes and unrighteous what? Decrees
right,
to come against us, to come against you. And they're going to have benefits for doing so. Look, $50,000 for this guy, $100,000 for this guy. Who is that? $1 million for that guy. You understand?
right.
That when they kill the prophets, it's intentional. It's you going out of your way to do these things, man. And your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your daughters, your aunties, your uncles, your co-workers, and all of these people that you came up with, those are going to be the ones that's going to come against you because they're going to have the most information against you. And they're going to deliver up everything that they can to Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, to take down the prophets. And we get this information from the Bible, okay? We get this information from the Bible, like it says in 2nd Ezra, man, 16 and 70 on down. Then shall they know who are mine elect, okay? Because we're going to be persecuted, okay? I'll be right this out, we part of the number. We are going to be killed. And when I say we, that's going into the martyrs. That's going into the few, not the majority. It's going into the few brothers that's going to be actually caught and captured and interrogated, indicted, prosecuted, convicted, and killed.
And have a beautiful death. All right? They kept their integrity unto death. All right? Keep what thou have, man. And be found faithful unto death. If it comes to it. All right? That's you have to be on, your faith has to be on 1,000, man. So all you have to do is renounce what you believe. And then I'm gonna tell you about Esau. You will renounce what you believe, and that nigga still will kill your ass.
Yeah,
And then you just fucked up your way in the charity, man.
He's the father of all lies.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta, hey, but is
I gotta appreciate
you when they say get built up on your most holy faith, man, it's easy to prophesy. I'm saying this is the easy part. When that persecution comes, that's how the Lord is going to separate the men from the boys, man. All right? That's why you got to use your spare time wisely in this thing about it, all right? By the opportunity of leisure, men become wise, man. When you have your spare time, you know, going out as much as you used to, that shit should be dwindling down now, you know? Going out in this world, man, you go out to a fucking market and catch a stray one because they wilding out here like ever before.
10 people was killed last night.
Not killed, shot.
No, hear me out. 10 people was killed last night, and 10 people was injured last night in that place in I want to say that's California. 10 people died.
Yeah.
On top of 10 people being wounded.
And 12
and
people.
Then when you deal with Baton Rouge specifically, 12 people got hit up last night.
In one spot.
In one fucking spot.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're a wise man foreseeth the evil and hide him himself. All right. Here in the Babylon, it's not safe to just go out and various places that you usually go. You got guys coming in Walmart just wetting that bitch up.
For what? For nothing.
For nothing. All right. So wisdom is a defense. So it's better to like us brothers. We like to fellowship and go out
we
here.
ain't putting no guns on each other.
Yeah, and we like to fellowship. You finish, brother. And go out here, and look, find the young damsels and have a good time. And it's damn near time off of that now. It's like an older guy. When you get older, it's happened to me. The older you get, the more you don't too much want to go out. And I'm going out tight. I'm the going out tight. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go have a couple of drinks, knock out the edge, and fuck with these hoes. Salaki. Let's go fuck these broads. You know what I'm saying? It's not wise to do this. Be circumspect because the days are evil. It's more expedient to just chill and have some broads come over to the spot. It's just and even when it comes to broads, it's just it's just indulging in them. Man, our mind need to be single on the kingdom because man, we about to be in full-fledged Jacob's trouble. So it's like you need to be tightened up and just getting tightest with your how about Shema Shai. It's possible now, man. Like the things of the world that I'm talking about hobbies because you gotta have balance. You just reading the scripture and being a super Israelite. You know what I'm saying? That's not expedient either. But damn near what we at now is damn near time to be like that. You got it, brother.
Even with dealing with the women, we got to be careful with dealing with the women because I've been seeing brothers posting articles.
Yeah, speak up a little bit.
Yeah, I've been seeing brothers post articles about HIV and all that, and I believe we like number 5.
I saw one about gonorrhea.
I think we number 3.
Yeah, we up there on the list.
Yeah, yeah.
So even with dealing with the women, we got to be careful with dealing with women because of that's going on right now.
Yeah. Because Esau has a hold on them. They are Esau. Because you got to realize this, Eve
and there's broads that got that shit. They not gonna tell you they got it.
Exactly.
It's Babylon, baby.
That's right.
All of Babylon. Like who else told me the other day about America? Niggas say America got this shit.
That was last night.
Yeah.
After camp,
if America was a person, America got HIV and Ebola. This bitch sick, man. Hey, give me that. Give me Revelation 18 and 2.
This is Revelation 18 and 2.
It's contagious.
And it reads, it says, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen.
America is fallen. He read?
It's fallen.
And then give me Mr. Babylon. You get it. Mr. Babylon, the whore. Revelation 17, the sitteth on the dragon. That's
the
a nasty.
Twerker for one, the dragon.
The twerker.
I got you, brother. I know what you want.
Bitch.
You want 17 and 4.
You bring that one out. Bring that one out.
Says it's fallen.
No, you stop. Bring that out. It's in they say that she that sit up on the dragon, she's a nasty whore.
All right. Oh, let me see what that is. And the woman that was ready for I saw a woman drink with the butter. All right, I think that's 4, right?
Yeah, bring it out.
This is Revelation 7. No, you want from 7. Revelation from the top. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying, Come unto me. Saying unto me, Come hither. I will show thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
All right, it sitteth upon many peoples. All right, America. The way she sit upon many people, she pushes her philosophies throughout the earth. Like people over there in Yemen, in the Middle East, those women, that was me and Ty's earlier today. He was like, man, that's how women should dress. And we seen Arab with his wife in the stove, and she was fully dressed. The only thing you seen was her face. All right?
Her eyelids. That's all you
can see. No, she had her face out. I'm not positive, don't quote me on it. I think the virgins are the ones you only look at their eyelids. They show you that they virgins. The ones that have got the face, they with their husband, you can look at their face. She with her husband. All right? I think that's the way it goes. Okay, I'm not positive. Don't quote me on it.
That might be.
All right? But that poison from America go through the 4 winds, it's reached over there, and they're telling these women, liberate yourself. When those women, When those Arab women go to the beach, y'all know what they swim in? That shit they wear. They get in the beach with all that shit on.
And that's why the majority of them don't even get in the beach.
Yeah, they get in the beach with all that shit on. Get on the internet, watch it.
I go on them little vacations.
Yeah, they be fully dressed and all that shit. They get in the beach with all that shit on. All right, and America through her poison is liberating them, telling them you shouldn't have to do that. You can show your skin. You can be comfortable in your skin. That's whorish. That's what this harlot, this nasty bitch, is showing them. All right, through the planet Earth. Okay, all right, and go down to the mother of harlot, that part.
All right, bro.
It should get in capital letters, real fast.
Okay, you talking about mystery. All right, and
Yeah.
here's verse 5, 17 and 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, and this is all caps. Everything I'm about to read after written is all caps.
Just read it, bro.
Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
All right, that's another way of saying that, to break that down in these modern times. America. All right, and this is what America does. Get that over there. What you got, brother?
This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen.
America is fallen. America fallen. This prophecy hasn't come to pass yet. Bring it up.
And it's become the habitation of devils.
The habitations of deceivers, liars, manipulators, people in all manner of wickedness. Bring it up.
And the whole of every foul spirit.
Any foul spirit that's on the planet Earth, guess where you can find that motherfucker? Here. Homosexuality, lesbianism, pedophilia, what else? Bestiality. What it is, Overeaters Anonymous, what you call that shit, gluttony. Just any perverted type spirit. Anything,
LGBT, with all others.
Just anything you could come up with, it goes here in America, and you have the right and the freedom to come here according to the Constitution and do whatever you want. You're free to be a freakazoid.
You ain't got to go
all right?
back to your home country.
And when you're a freakazoid and you're participating in certain type of you have certain type of sexual appetites that are against nature, what comes out of it? STDs, sickness. All right. So when you look at the way America is ran, if you look at it from a spiritual perspective and the things that go on in America, if America was a woman and the Lord depicts her as a woman,
that's right.
And what kind of woman did he call her? A fucking whore. A harlot and a whore is one of the same.
Come on.
And she's not just a harlot or whore, you know, because in Las Vegas at the Bunny Ranch, they check those women to make sure they have no STDs and shit.
That's just a clean whore.
That's a clean whore. America ain't no clean whore. This bitch sick. She got Ebola.
And she full of that shit.
She full of that pus.
When other nations find out that they got that shit.
She got green shit leaking out of her, man.
And everybody want to rip. All right, let's go back to 17, bro.
Bring it out.
This is Revelation 17 and 6. And I saw the woman drunken, because remember this, it will get physical. That's the name of the lesson.
Yeah, come bring that out.
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
All right, so she's gonna, it's etched in stone, Akin. Some brothers are gonna give up the ghost for the testimony of Hamashiach. I was shot.
Right.
All right, it comes with the territory. Do we know if we the ones? No. And look, I don't want to taste death. I don't want to get tortured.
No, I don't.
Our great king didn't want to do it. You're not over righteous for saying, man, I don't want to get put to death. Hey, you have to do it. Our great king, don't not let our will be done, but the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai be done. If it falls on your lap, you have to embrace it.
Easier said than done.
And when you go up there in the spirit realm, he's going to tell you, job well done, my good and faithful servant.
Come on, why?
All right? You have to know what you signed up for. It says she was drunk with the bloods of the prophets, man. Some of the brothers, some of us are going to get offered up, man. And if the people you call family, your biological family, is going to be the ones to offer brothers up. Them the ones that know about you. But then you know, don't get it twisted. Esau with his technology and these phones and shit, you know, he know your whereabouts and shit. But the Lord is going to give brothers warnings to get off the grid. And when you get off the grid, man, you got to get rid of this technology. We ain't going to have no phones and anything that your dog got a microchip in him, he can't come with you.
Leave that motherfucker
Leave
behind.
leave that motherfucker behind, man.
For real.
You know, you got it, brother.
Real quick, this for you. Matthew 10:17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the council.
All right, and we talking about men you know. The people you think you know, your so-called friends, your so-called loved ones. Because look, your average Jake, he don't too much deal with people he don't know. You know, when you see these guys, what they say, I'm with my homeboy, I'm with my round. Man, I don't know them niggas over there. I don't fuck with them niggas over there. So it's people you know.
Got you.
Bring it out.
Verse 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death.
Your biological brother who's in the world with a chip in him, microchipped up in his fucking forehead. He's gonna give you up for some rations.
Some money on the
some bottled waters, bro. Man, bottled waters. Hey, bro, in a time where resources are slim, people do strange things for change. This is the ultimate strange thing they would do. They would give up their blood so they could get substance.
Can I say something?
That's why animals in the jungle are so violent. A hungry lion would get so hungry he'll eat his cub, man. He gets so hungry he'll eat his cub. That's what the Lord likened our people to what? Brute beasts. You got it, brother.
And that's why as long as we're living in the flesh, if you're not feeding the spirit, you're subject, you can be subject to vanity. As long as you're in these piece of shit chains of darkness, you are subject to vanity, man.
Hey, I give 1 Corinthians 9:26. Go hand in hand what he said.
Okay, but I'm gonna finish
Start
it
at 25. You finish that off.
Yeah. And the father, the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death.
Fuck biological family. That's another place you got to get to. Another level you have to get to for younger brothers coming in. We all students and pupils. You got to get to the level. Fuck Big Mama. Fuck my blunt smoking, PlayStation chasing hoes, drunk off of hip hop philosophy brother, cousin,
Baby
my
mamas.
homeboy. Fuck baby mamas that don't want to submit and get in line. Fuck them. All right?
And even
Because
your
this
own kids.
is prophesying about them. Even yours. Even the children that descend from your loins.
Old enough.
If that are of age. If they don't want to submit under this doctrine of life and submit under you and do as they told in fear and trembling, all right? Fuck them.
Ooh, I gotta do something.
All right? Because the Lord, the Father of spirits, he don't look at them like we look at them. All right? He don't look at no little baby the way we look at little babies. All right? He just look at give me 2 Timothy 2:20. This is how the Lord look at human beings. 2 Timothy 2:20.
All right, this 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 20.
Speak up, brother.
Yeah.
It reads, it says, but in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor.
All right, so when the Lord look at spirits on the earth, he look at them. All right, that's an honorable spirit. All right, that's one of those elect men. All right, and then he look at it. Oh, those are the create. In the book of 2 Ezra 9th chapter, they say some a creation was born in vain. Oh, that's one of those dishonorable vessels that are born in vain. They're created to be destroyed. You see what I'm saying? That's the way the Lord look at things. Okay, so we have to get out of this 21st century love everybody mindset and deal with Matthew the 12th chapter. Matthew the 12th chapter. What did he say? You're either with me or against me. And who is my mother? Who is my father? Those that do the will of my Father which is in heaven. All right? Those are your brothers. Those are your sisters. That's your mother. All right? The ones that are conforming to the will of Yahweh Bashim Awashai. Everybody else is an enemy. And you got to have the stomach to look at biological family that you have emotional connections to, put the death star. All these calamities we prophesying about, hey, they're going to get caught up in that rapture. You got it, bro.
That's right. And to back up the other, this is Ezekiel 14:16, and I'm gonna just build up the premise for it. This is going into the last days. This is going into the times that we're going into. But I gotta back the brother up. This is Ezekiel 14:16. though these three men were in it, and it's talking when they say in it, it's talking about Jacob's trouble, talking about the last times. As I live, saith the Lord power, they shall deliver neither sons nor daughters. They only shall be delivered, but the land shall be desolate. And that's going into they are going to make it, but some brothers, okay, their sons and their daughters are not going to make it. Now, this scripture is multifold. You know what I mean? It can be broken down to the smallest context, but dealing on what we're dealing with right here, you're going to have some elect brothers that their children are not going to make it, man.
That'll be their test too.
Hey, and that will be that. And if it's their test, it can ultimately be their failure.
Yeah. So you got to disconnect that emotional connection from your biological family, man, because it's like the movie The Matrix. Anybody that wasn't disconnected from the Matrix, the Matrix was able to use them.
Ooh.
And to attack who?
Other brothers that was really
to attack those that was disconnected. Mr. Smith could do what? Jump into anybody and turn into them and attack people, man. You got it, brother.
This Luke chapter 14 and verse 26. It says, any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brother and sisters.
All right, and that means to love less. All right, love me more than you love them, because what is he? A jealous power. Right, he gets jealous. All right, and that's why I was telling a brother, a guy that I've been dealing with the truth. I'm like, man, look, bro, in your spare time, if you giving more of your time to your job and your work and getting money, all right, and you ain't even trying to do video, you're not giving the Lord his time, his prayer, his time. Hey, man, he's gonna be like, fuck you. You lukewarm, and I'm jealous. You are more consistent with this damn devil system than you are with me. You know, you have to love them less. Then you get to the point you gotta hate them because you're either with me or against me.
Yeah, you know better than I.
Yeah, bring it up.
Yeah, and his own life also.
And you gotta hate your own life. That's what I'm saying. You have to purge things that you were used to doing and indulging in. All right, you got to become a new man. If you just used to dealing with boatloads of women, you got to tone that shit down to get more closer to your Yahweh Shema Shai, because women are a distraction, and especially Babylonian women, and they make you weak. They take away your superpowers if your heart get inclined to them. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, your head is off the swivel. And that's the thing I've seen in this faith the most. Men fall out behind women more than doctrine, more than discrepancies with brothers. That's the number one thing I've seen in my tenure in this faith. Men fall out the most behind these Babylonian women, man. All right, bring it out, brother.
That was it on that.
That's it on that.
Yeah.
All right, you got one.
I got one. Yeah, because like I said, it is going to get what? Physical.
It's going to get greasy. It's going to be real greasy around this motherfucker.
You know, according to the scripture, I mean, according to the lesson that we,
it's going to be real greasy. That means it's going to get nasty. Blood, guts, and octane around this motherfucker. Buildings going to be blowing up. Planes going to be falling out the motherfucking air. All these domesticated dogs, the Lord going to let them angels with the four winds, let spirits, they going to jump on motherfuckers. And then they're going to be attacking their owners and shit. These animals going to get out the fucking zoo, attacking people. The deviants, they just going to come out of they're going to do what they've been holding back.
Yeah.
Along with the police. Yeah. They got deviants out here, man. I got to sit down that I'm a Ratazan could do it tonight after y'all leave. I already got all my precepts. Salaki. Hey, I got all my precepts together, and it's about the kidnap rate in America has skyrocketed. Niggas kidnapping little kids and shit. And then it had one. I told y'all on the last thing we did. They caught a nigga in a hotel room with a little kid and kidnapped, and they got the nigga, put him in jail, and got the little girl. And the camera made a mistake and hit the bed. And
that was the body camera on the police officer.
The body cam on the police officer. It had blood on the fucking bed. Man, these demons out here, man. They out here. And look, and they turn up. These demons out here turn up, man. They'll kidnap your child. We talking about you know, little children, you normally go to the bus stop with, right?
Man, that girl was about 8 years old. You
Yeah,
talking
no,
about?
all right. You go to bus stop with children, and man, they'll kidnap a 16-year-old.
Shit,
You know, you'll be like, they're old enough to handle themselves. They'll go try to kidnap a 16-year-old teenage dude, bro. These deviants are out here, man. And they're going to run rapid in the final hour. And then I'm going to tell you something else about deviants. They got people around this motherfucker you around every day, and you think they still alive. And them motherfuckers deviants right up under your fucking nose.
And those are the same ones that are preach against pedophilia.
Yeah.
Those are the same ones that are preach against a teenager, 16-year-old dealing with a 20-year-old. These are the same ones that'll be on jury duty and lock your ass up for things that they fantasize about. You heard me?
Real talk.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in,
Okay.
man.
And we're about to be closing out, but you know, to stick to the script and to give you our all, we're gonna go into the flip side of that coin when we say it's gonna get physical, man. This is Jeremiah 51:20. And the only reason that these things are gonna happen because when you are following the scripture that the Lord gave you, serve Nebuchadnezzar, don't fight against him, don't plot against him, don't go try to bomb him, don't go try to shoot his police officers. When he comes against us, and we brought those scriptures out, when that holy persecution comes and you're brought off the highways and the Lord is telling you to do things otherwise, he's going to have to prepare and equip you with self-defense mechanisms. And who better than who? The men of the Lord, because nobody else deserves that shit. If you're a 2/3, you don't deserve a defense. You deserve to get your ass knocked off slowly.
Precept.
Okay, I get this real quick. Real quick. This Jeremiah 51:20. And he's talking to Judah. And he's talking to Israelites. Let's say Israelites. You know what Jeremiah was prophesying to Judah, but it's the Israelites as a whole. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. That's not going out to niggas like Boosie and Puff Daddy, no, because they don't deserve it. This is going out to the prophets, okay? And he's going to raise up the prophets in the midst of them being killed, persecuted, changed. Because you're going to have prophets that's going to get indicted, convicted, and sentenced to death that the Lord is going to lead out of those goddamn jailhouses, okay? He's going to lead them out. And those same ones that was condemned to death is going to put to death a lot of the Babylonians, man. You got it, Cole.
All right, this is Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, his glory from the rising sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah shall lift up a standard against him. So give me that in John 14, he said, you're going to do greater things than me. All right, the Lord is going to give some of his servants spiritual powers. That's that standard that's going to get lifted. All right, the brothers that are household of faith, you got to believe you can walk on water like Peter did. You got to believe you're going to be able to heal the sick. All right, you got to believe the Lord will let laser beams come out your hands and your eyes, man. All right, he's going to lift up that standard to defend his people. Bring it out.
This is John chapter 14 and verse 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do.
Yeah, he that have faith in me, in my word, bring it out.
The works that I do.
The things you saw me do, walk on water, heal the sick. All right. He gave Paul the power to make that sorcerer Elymas blind. All right. Well, let's go back. Come on, Yahweh was always there. He the one gave Moses the powers to spread the Red Sea. He the one gave Moses the power to turn that staff into a snake. He the one gave Elijah that power to outrun horses. He the one that gave Samson the power to kill 1,000 men with the jawbone over an ass. All right. That's that standard he's going to live up in his modern times. And guess what? We're going against all this devil's technology, left-handed power. So with the power that he's going to give us is going to be more powerful than an Apache helicopter. An Apache helicopter has the power to fucking fuck up a fucking neighborhood, bro. A city, yeah, man. Fuck, like what they used to do in Vietnam. Shoot napalm. That napalm. That shit will spread and just fuck up acres of land, man. The Lord is gonna lift up a standard where we can stand against tanks, all that shit he got, all these drones and shit, man.
AIs and shit.
Yeah, man, these robots and shit. A robot might come have a brother cornered, then a spirit that standard that what it say when Samson anger got kindled and the spirit of the Lord jumped on him mightily. Then you just run into that bitch and just tear it apart, tear his head off.
In the name of Yahweh Shemi.
In the name of Yahweh Shemi was shot. You know what I'm saying?
Fast too.
He's gonna lift up that standard. He's gonna defend Jerusalem. The martyrs is just gonna be, that's your life. That's what the Lord put in your path for you for prophecy's sake. Because you're the one that was chosen to do it. Paul did it, Peter did it, you know, in those incarnations. You see what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a lot of brothers. That's it you got.
One more. One more. One of y'all brothers give me Isaiah 47:3. We're gonna close out on this. We could have went long. We're gonna close out on it.
This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
You goddamn devil.
Yeah, the shame shall be seen.
Because that shame is going to be brought upon you by the middle of the Lord by prophesying and telling them what? The truth. Go ahead.
I will take vengeance.
Because it's not up on me, you, and you to take vengeance. We can go out and buy guns. We can go out and buy knives. We can plot. We can find out what police officers state. We can find out what judges state. And we can do carnal things. But guess what? The Lord commanded us to not do so. He commanded us to be spiritual because it's too easy to be carnal. It's easy to be carnal, right? But carnality reaches carnality.
You need to be a nigger.
Yes.
Very easy.
A nigger and a nigga. That's right, though. But watch this, though. Go ahead.
And I will not meet thee as a man.
And neither will the elect in the day that they're given permission to defend themselves. Okay? They're not going to come to you in flesh and blood. They're not going to come to you as a linebacker that been trained. They're not going to come to you as a MMA fighter. They're going to come to you with spiritual powers because Yahweh Shemi is going to come at you what? With spiritual powers. He's going to have a spiritual body. All right? The scripture says, the smallest of you shall be like David. He will run and he won't get weary. So spirituality is going to deliver us out of this place. Now, we talk about famines. We talk about persecution. We talk about all holy hell. And this is through the what? The spirit. But guess what it's going to trickle down into? The physical. So these things that we are talking in spirit is going to happen physically. So the only way that we can be delivered is that our power, okay, and the hedge that's around us is going to have to manifest into the physical also. And when it manifests into the physical, it's not going to be limited by carnal means, okay? One of y'all brothers,
That's it.
okay? With that, we're going to face the east. And we're going to give all infinite honor, praises and glory to who? Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harapakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well unto the other Akim that pushing his troop into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. Kwam Yasharala. Abal.
Bob.
To the next time, man.
Shalom on you brothers on the
See you
comment
soon.
board.
I'm a Ratazak.